What is going on? We are back, we are live, and we are in stereo. Actually, I don't think I'm in stereo. I think we're doing mono here. In the bottom of the map, in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is Joe, and is from the DOD clan. His opponent today, playing Zeus, not playing Uranus, not playing Odin. His name is OdinKing. The map is Frozen Wastes, currently 1-1 in this friendly little rated game match on the Shoutcast Sunday here. Hope you've been enjoying watching so far. Lots of really nice play here. Villager rushes. We've had lots of villager deaths. We've had lots of chariot archer deaths. We've had the full kit and caboodle, as it were. Now we've got Joe going back to his main god, taking up the Isis in order to fight against the Zeus of OdinKing. So we'll see what OdinKing's got in store for Joe here. Or if Joe just goes, hey, I play Isis really good. I make Anubites. I jump around and I kill you. We'll see if he does that. I do love seeing his Anubite play. It's really, really fun to watch. It is a little bit oppressive. You can't really do a lot of against it as Greek, except for stick your Odysseus on your resources, basically. So we'll see if that is the case or not. We're going for 2 villagers wood, 2 villagers gold here. So it looks like a very fast advance time incoming for Odin in 2019. OdinKing as well. We'll see if that is going to amount to him shutting down an attempted second town center or not. Got an early monument coming up now for Joe, so it is looking pretty much like we're going to be seeing an Anubite style play here, or at any time. It should be the case. Caribou getting gathered. This obelisk does not see all too much. Joe looking for somewhere else to chuck up another obelisk. Surely he knows he can just kind of walk forward and find caribou on this map, though. It's kind of a silly one in that regard, because there's always going to be food in your front, and you can see that over here. You can see that over here, at least on one side of your hunt. We've got the obelisk coming up, going to be grabbing a couple of these goat, which is going to be really, really nice, except potentially OdinKing may be able to steal those guys back. Maybe not, maybe yes, who knows. And we are seeing that this location getting gathered now by OdinKing is moving forward with that. And he's going to be throwing up a temple fairly soon. How is the resources looking? He's got 100 gold. He's got 100 wood. So he should be able to throw up that temple, and he should be able to start advancing fairly soon. And we don't see any wood villages just yet for Joe. So it is really looking like a fast advance time. It's looking like a Anubis advance time. And it's looking like a fun advance time. He's going to be moving forward now. Has found this location with the Pharaoh. Finding this stuff over here is nice. Does see the golden lion, a pair of golden lions, which does give you a golden lion that respawns after 60 seconds if both lions have been killed. We've also got Guy's Book of Knowledge, which is probably not going to be that useful in this game. We've got the Catastropus attacking the priest here, but not going to really be able to do all too much there. If these guys fight each other, it does go in the favor of the Catastropus, because the priest only does 1 damage, whereas the Catastropus does 2 damage, because 69% pierce armor there. We are going to be dumping those resources. Flood of the Nile, super early Flood of the Nile, opting to grab that instead of a temple or a second monument as well. Flood of the Nile is essentially equal to 45 free food a minute, which is essentially equal to 1 villager gathering from a hunting animal without hunting dogs. Nice and specific for you. Temple is up now, and we're seeing Athena from OdinKing. Oh, I like Athena. I do like Athena, but it often ends in tragedy. So going through Athena, looking like he wants to go for some sort of gold stuff, maybe a 2-town center Athena play, going for a gold star over here, potentially pushing forward and picking off this temple and then pushing into the gold mine. He can easily run around this location, can easily attack this location as well. He's got the Jason out as well, going to be harassing him. We've got 3 villagers attacking the Jason back. Jason is not hero enough to deal with this many. He does decide to tap that caribou, send the caribou away, which is going to be a big issue there. This villager should probably just retreat here and get swapped for a different one to fight, as he's on half HP. And we'll see if that does happen. Again, sending the caribou away could potentially just kill the caribou. One of the nice things about the AI with the caribou is he walks away that when he gets hit, and then he'll automatically come back the same distance. So really hitting the guy doesn't do all that much. But you see Athena has come through. We've got two military academies coming up, and no villagers on that favor just yet. So Minotaur coming through. We've got the Odysseus coming in. Going to be sending that one for Jason, taking a lot of damage here. And we do have Bask coming through, not Anubis at all. It's very, very sad. It's a sad day seeing Bask. It means no Anubite raids. But going to be able to get out of that Sphinx fairly soon. And he's going to be he knows he has to defend here. It's 1 gold mine, Frozen Wastes, which is a very similar way to play 1 gold mine, Ghost Lake. Going to see this wall coming up as well, which is going to make it even harder for OdinKing to get in and pick off this location here. But he can still get around it. If he does finish off this wall, he has to kind of move it over here, and he has to put up even more houses. And he's throwing up wall segments everywhere, so Joe's going to be very, very defensible at this point in the game. The Odysseus is going to be running around, but there's not much to see there. Joe is going to be gathering from the berry bushes. I wonder if he's just going to simply go straight to the heroic age here and go 1 town center heroic age. He is chucking up an armory, so it does look like that's the plan, but he's not going to have access to any hunt, so it's going to be a very slow 1 town center fast heroic. So kind of slow, kind of fast, who knows. We've got the hoplite pumping. We've got the Toxite coming out fairly soon. And there we go. They are coming out, and the villagers coming out. This is interesting. Normally, we don't see Zeus players going 3 military buildings. The hyper-modern Athena play that we've been seeing fairly recently, or not even recently, for maybe a couple of years, has been 2 military buildings. And that's it. And that way, you can afford that second town center very, very fast. So this seems like it may almost be a signifier that OdinKing does not want to grab a 2 town center at all, and he just wants to go all into the Isis player Joe's base here. You do see that Joe is empowering this watchtower a little bit preemptively. If you empower a watchtower, it does deal double the damage. It shoots out 4 arrows instead of only 2, which is huge. It does give extra damage as well, I think. I'm not 100% sure about that, but he is going to be moving in at this point, taking out a little bit of villagers. Actually going to be able to garrison that guy, so not actually picking off that many. But the gold mine is very, very safe. He's still got a couple of these goats in the back here. If we check out the food situation, Joe is actually out of berries, but he does have the food to advance, so he can use prosperity over here, get that gold income, advance to the heroic age. He's going to be a little bit late, going to be 7:15, more like an 8:30 advance here, not building any more villages either. Does have that Sphinx chilling in the back. We've got all of these hoplite taking down the watchtower here. Just imagine if Joe built 1 barracks. He could have just simply made a couple of axemen and then been able to defend against this one fairly easily. But Nephthys is coming through, and that's going to be a nice answer to this at the very least. We do have that 1 wall coming up. If you've ever watched Magyar playing Zeus versus Isis back in the day, he would always just throw up 1 wall and try and force a fight behind or like in front of that wall and make sure the wall has been scouted. Ancestors Eclipse will come down, and then the units just run through it, and the ancestors sit there wondering, why did I even get summoned here, you know? Why? Oh, there's an extra watchtower that got built. He wasn't empowering it for the damage, but that's fine. That's fine. It feels like Joe just playing a little bit over precautious there. And that 200 gold might end up mattering. We do see that the bolt comes down onto the Sphinx. Not happy about that one, but that means there's no bolt onto the Scorpion Man that's going to be coming out. Now we've got Joe jumping onto the lumber camp because he knows he can pretty much go pure chariot archer here. I'm interested. Okay, he is going for the Migdol stronghold next to the town center strategy here. There is so many hoplite right here, and they're not medium at all. Does he have medium? He doesn't have medium coming in, but he's probably not ready to do this at all. It looks like the Scorpion Man did get trapped in here because Joe did not set a gather point correctly. Unfortunately, losing that Scorpion Man for free is going to actually cost him quite a bit here, because that Scorpion Man takes a lot of damage once those heroes are down. And if you get a lot of chariot archers out as Isis against Zeus, you can really hold against that. And here we go, more walls coming in, which is going to be another exit route for OdinKing. He needs to wall here, and he needs to kind of wall here, and he needs to attack both of these be able to attack both of these locations. So we'll see if that happens or not, but it may happen. We are seeing that the Minotaur does get picked off by the priest there. Medium hoplites has come through now. That's going to be huge. But we are seeing the chariot rage are going to start happening. One of the big issues with doing this strategy as Zeus against an Isis fast heroic is that you have no real answer to chariot archer raids, and you're going to start losing quite a few villagers, and you can just run around, pick off villagers left, right, and center. However, you need to not get too distracted by it. Sending all of your hoplite after 3 chariot archers, not the way you want to go. Maybe worth just building 1 stable. As we see, he deleted an archery rage. I'm not 100% sure that's the right option. Maybe just don't hit auto queue. Maybe he just doesn't have a cancel auto queue button, so he has to hit delete. But does get the stable out. So if he can get out a couple of Hippocon, he will be able to chase these chariot archers down, get that nice that nice action happening. And also he needs to get out those Hippocon in order to deal with the impending chariot archer spam that's coming. We do see the hoplites are getting a little bit antsy, running in onto these wood villages here, but that's actually going to be a big issue here as all of these chariot archers here. But it looks like the hoplite are coming in onto this Migdol stronghold. He cannot cast what do you call it? Okay, I lie. I tell a lie. He can cast restoration. This monument does not protect much at all. Ancestors Eclipse gets thrown down as the town center is coming up onto the economy of our OdinKing player, our Zeus player. He's going to lose a lot of villages here, but that's the big issue, is this town center does not protect all too much. If you check out Joe's economy, he doesn't have enough gold just yet in order to build another Migdol stronghold. He does have enough units to pick off all these medium hoplites though, but losing all of these villages, or at least the gather time on this, is going to be significant. You can see he's not able to build any units here. These villagers gathering goats going to be feeling the pain as well. OdinKing not really on top of saving these villages as well, losing way too many villages to this Ancestors Eclipse. And we even see, I guess most of the Ancestors have died, but sending villagers back onto gold right now is going to be a big mistake. He's just losing even more units here. He's got a couple of low HP units that if micro correctly, these Ancestors would be able to kill. He's even got some chariot archers coming in, going to be picking off a bunch of these villages as well. However, at this point, it looks like he should think about retreating here. We do have the mining camp is up and fully operational, but we do need to see another Migdol stronghold coming up very, very soon. If we check out the gold for Joe, he does have enough, so he should be thinking about throwing that one down. We've got the micro is coming in though at this point. Chariot archers need to get out, but OdinKing decides to tap out. GG, well played there by Odin, or by Joe there. Able to take this game with a vicious Ancestors Eclipse, but most of this came down to a pretty poor decision to attack this Migdol stronghold. Lost so many hoplite here. Apparently the Odysseus was bugged and Toxite got caught in the trees, but I mean, when it comes down to it, the Scorpion was caught in the trees. You can't go for a Migdol stronghold next to a town center. You just can't go for it. It's awful. If you're going for a gold starve, you need to be chilling. You need to wait until the gold mines happen and then go for it. Especially when Ancestors Eclipse gets cast on your base. That's a big issue there. Anyways, we'll see if they want to keep playing or not. Stick with me, and we'll move into a next game. Maybe someone else will play. We'll see what happens.